No, you're not getting me this time. What? Let's be honest, Minecraft snowmen kinda suck. They're really terrible at their job and, you know, they just don't deal any damage and just get wasted super quickly. So a year ago, I decided to just weaponize them and add a bunch of snowmen that were deadly lethal weapons. Only problem is, yeah, I made them hostile towards the player. And you know what? Since it was a lot of fun to work on and play with, I decided to update it this year. And for some reason, I thought the logical route for that was just to add my own custom dimension. So let's get into it. But before we get into that, let me get you caught up on the current crew we're dealing with. First, we got snowmen with saw blades in them that I named Sawmen because I thought the pun was hilarious and God, I love puns. Then we got snowmen that I equipped with icicle mortars because, why not? Some that I equipped with firework rocket launchers because, you know, you can't celebrate the new year without fireworks. Oh my god. Some that I equip with TNT and conveniently want to hug you, and as soon as you get close to them, you get launched in the air. Since we're now in 1.18, I figured it would be a good idea to replace the normal snow they used to disperse with powder snow. That way you can survive the landing a bit better. And it will not, absolutely not, impede you in any sort of way or form whenever you try to fight them. And if for some reason I could not comprehend you don't want to fight them, you can use snowballs to trigger them early and, you know, not get caught up in the mess. I also added nicey versions of these TNT snowmen. And you know, I get it. You may think these snowmen are annoying, and they probably are. So, you know, this time around, I got you covered. You're probably going to need some sort of emotional support or something that keeps you sane if you want to fight them. Well, I hope you enjoyed Jingle Bells 3 by Kevin MacLeod, because this guy won't stop playing it. Not gonna lie, I originally thought these guys would be super annoying, but actually, I really enjoy fighting with them. Now, if you decide to have a face-off with these guys, you'll quickly realize that when defeating them, you also literally take their face off. And you know they'll just stare at you, judging you for what you've done. So instead of having to feel remorse for your actions, why not just send your problems away? By using shovels, you can behead them and just, you know, just completely obliterate their heads. And they may get a tad aggressive towards, yeah, anything if they lose their head. And depending on the strength of the shovel, well, you'll send the head flying further. So for instance, a wood shovel will not send the head far away, but like an iron shovel will go a bit further, and a netherite shovel will just completely send them away. I love hockey. This is also a great opportunity to make new friends. So you see, this guy is going to attack me just reloading, but if we stack a pumpkin on their head, then they'll be our friend. But you know, at some point in development, I also figured, why just snowmen? Why not have tundra rabbit foxes I named Tundrabbit because god I love puns. Like the rocket snowmen, well, I added some that mount polar bears that I named polar bearers because god I love puns. And finally, ice balls that if you get too close, and you know, I figured all of these are really cool, but why not add a mini-boss as well? Meet the Headmaster. This cyborg giant snowman has multiple abilities that make him really interesting. The first one you're noticing is his head cannon ability, and by that I mean literal head cannon. Using this ability, he'll send heads flying into the sky, and when they land back on the ground, he can then revive them using his second ability. And as you can see, he can resurrect snowman heads that are close to him and give them bodies again, because, magic, alright? Now, when you're in survival in front of him, he won't do anything to you. He'll just follow you. But if you get him low enough on health, it turns into a snow cannon. And if you get too close... Oh, you should probably wear some leather because, yeah, you're going to be freezing a lot. Now, let's get into the dimension. Welcome to the Winter Murderland. God, I love puns. This dimension is exclusively made of cold biomes, so you have ice spikes here, you have a grove here, you have snowy taigas, snowy plains, flat frozen peaks like this one, but you might also come across these giant ice plains that are just never ending. As you can see here, it's just... it doesn't end. Now, I totally know how to fix my generation. That's not a bug. That's a feature. It's to incentivize iceboat travel, right? Now, in this dimension, you might also come across some structures that you can find in the overworld, like, for instance, this village here that is in the middle of these giant ice plains, as I was just mentioning it. And I don't think that would be a safe city foundation. But who cares, it's cool. And of course, you might also find pillager outposts or mineshafts on the ground, the usual stuff. Now, if you've been paying attention, you may notice these beacon beams that are just scattered around the world. These result from this unique structure that you can find in this dimension, the ice post. At the middle of it, you have a ringing heart of ice, and whenever you break it, This will summon a wave of the different enemies I showcased earlier, and as you can see, they just spawn really far away and are now rallying at the middle. There's a total of 10 waves to complete, each one harder than the previous one, and whenever you complete a wave, the crystal breaks and gifts drop from the sky. And the higher the wave, the more gifts you'll get. Now if you go up to the gift and right-click it, you'll open it and you may get some unique items. The first unique item you might get is the guillotine. Basically, it's a shovel with the stats of an iron sword, so you can swing it pretty fast and it does quite a lot of damage, but you can also naturally use it as a shovel to collect some snow or some dirt or whatever other uses a shovel has. Like decapitating snowmen. Hey, it's called the guillotine for a reason, alright? The second unique item you might get is the coal burner. You know, sometimes snowmen are just too much and, you know, you just want to get rid of powder snow. So, I made a flamethrower to melt them away. You know, I have a saying, if you act naughty and get coal, just make the most out of it and burn Santa's workshop to the ground. But this bad boy can also use something other than coal. See, when's the last time you used blaze powder, apart from making ender eyes? Strength potions? Lame. Yeah, I made it so blaze powder turns it into an actual flamethrower. The third and final unique item is the hammer sledge. Minecraft 1.8 added some magnificent cliffs and mountains, but with no real way to get down from them. So, yeah, there you go. But now I may ask, Rat, why did you slap 2 rockets on them? Well, you see, it's great to be able to go down mountains, but wouldn't it be even better if you could, like, you know, just go up. And yeah, as you can guess, it's just probably the best way to travel around this snowy world. Look at this. It also magnificently works on ice, which is great for those ice planes. Told you it was a feature. Now, slaying is nice, but slaying is better. Yeah, you can use it to ram enemies. Yeah, it's called the hammer sledge for a reason. So yeah, that's pretty much everything about the mod. I really do hope you enjoy because I spent 2 weeks working on it non-stop. And if you do, you could leave a like and subscribe. That would be pretty cool. And until next time, happy holidays.